Hello everyone, thank you and welcome to my channel. This is Carol. Today, as you can see, I am going to be pulling a card from the Lantern Oracle for some insight, inspiration, and direction. And I'm going to be doing a brief look at the upcoming new moon in Aries on, depending where you are in the world, the 19th or 20th, of course, of April. Being a numerologist, that date correctly reflects the dual nature of this and other astrological effects that we are all under right now. The 19th really represents strength, masculinity, and the 20th is a feminine vibration. You're going to see that played out here as I continue. Also, this is the second new moon in Aries. Man, Aries has been clobbered. When I look at the chart currently right now in Aries, not only do we have the sun and the moon, we have Jupiter, which of course is very lovely, beneficial, but we also have Chiron. A lot going on there, and it is all being aspect with this new moon. But this new moon is also a solar eclipse, and it is at a critical degrees, 29 at the end. So that means both the sun and the moon are going to be ushered into the next sign, that is Taurus. And believe it or not, when it does, it will square powerful Pluto, which is now 0 degrees of Aquarius. So what does it mean when the sun and the moon square Pluto? Well, astrologers will say it is a time of being tested. It is testing your strength, the strength of who you are. That's represents the sun sign, and your emotional state, that's represented by the moon. They're being squared. And Pluto, what that testing is our integrity is often being tested, and it's asking us what is our true convictions and are we keeping our word? On the emotional level, it may trigger you, and that trigger is testing how healthy, balanced, or out of balance your emotional side is at this time. And Pluto is very insidious. And what I mean by that is if you don't work with it on a conscious level, it usually does manifest itself on the physical plane. And we certainly have that energy with the 19 and the sun sign in Aries. So we look for physical weaknesses in the body, and it gets our attention, and then we start working to take necessary precautions or doing what we have to do in order to feel better and to rebuild the body, because Pluto, another way of looking at Pluto, other than keywords regeneration, is it is similar to the Hindu god Shiva, the creator and destroyer. And I'd like to cap it all off before we get into the Lantern Oracle and pull out a card to say that the destroyer and the builder, the creator, is in essence just breaking down, clearing out the false self in order to make room for that which will be created, your true self. So let's go ahead and let me do a little information about the Lantern Oracle. You can see it is by Angelina Marabetto. I believe that's how you pronounce her last name. And I'm going to read the little back of the guidebook here to get you a better understanding. It illuminates the 4 directions of eternal feminine wisdom from the 4 phases. Now, those 4 phases are consciousness, and the maiden represents the water, the mother represents the earth, The guardian is represented by air, and the crone is by fire. Now, each of these spheres or consciousness are said to be feminine energies, and they speak to the stage in our human development and spiritual evolution. In a nutshell, the Lantern Oracle invites you to call upon her throughout your journey of your shadow work, and for lovingly lighting your way to clarity, growth, assistance, and healing as is needed. So what I'm going to do is kind of shuffle a little bit of the cards, and then I will pick one. We'll see what our guidance is for this very, very strong new moon in Aries with that eclipse, with that square. It's also making, I believe, a square to Chiron, which is in Aries. So I'm asking for guidance. Let me get centered. These don't come out as nice as I'd like them to when I go to fanning them, but okay. Let's see what we need. I didn't get anything right away. I'm probably doing way too much talking. I'm going to go with this one here. And what do we have? We have metamorphosis. I get this often. Power and strength lie within our surrender to change. And certainly Pluto is bringing about a great deal of change. So as you focus on this card, I'm going to look at number 11. Which is dual in nature. 11 can be both masculine and feminine. Let's see what the message is here on that level. Metamorphosis. Let me read a little bit for you. While many forces, circumstances, and events significantly impact, constrain, and direct our lives, we still have many choices. The trick is to recognize where they are and deliberately choose, and therefore shape the overall transformative outcome we experience. Now, there is much more to that. It's a 2 pages. I will leave it with that and wish everyone a powerful new moon in Aries. I also need to make sure everyone understand that when it is a solar eclipse, the effect is usually felt for approximately a month, 28 to 30 days. So if you don't feel this right away, then does it mean that there isn't any changes ahead of you? Change is good sometimes. It gets us out of our comfort zone. But I think it was important for me to make sure that I clarified that definitely this new moon is going to affect us and the collective for about a month. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to email me or put it in the comment sections. Thanks everyone for joining me today. Take care.